Hello and welcome to the Lego room, or I should say the corner of the spare room that I've been graciously allowed to use by my fiance, but Lego room does sound better. And to an updated tour video for November 2021. I'm just going to take you through the different things that I have changed and updated throughout the room, and just give you a bit of a tour and a bit of a show about everything that's been going on. So welcome and hope you enjoy. Before starting filming this, I actually went back and watched the previous tour video that I did back in May of this year. I did think that this was going to be a bit of a redundant video, but actually looking at that, there are a number of things that I've changed and I think would be interesting to go through. If you've seen that video, then the basic setup will look very familiar. We've got the review/building desk just here, and then we've got the IKEA Ivar shelves that are over here, which have my Hogwarts on it. This has moved up and down the shelves a couple of times, but I've settled on leaving it at this end for now, for reasons that I will explain. So we'll make a start with the building desk just here. You can see there are lots of different pieces out on the desk. I promise it's not usually this messy. It's normally a lot messier. I did actually manage to tidy a few things up for this video. So the main way that I store my Lego is in these drawers here. They come in two different sizes. There are large ones like these, and then there are smaller ones here. I've got these from B&Q, which, as I explained in the first tour video, is a homeware, DIY shop here in the UK, if you don't know what it is. They're very basic, they're not too expensive, they're kind of an alternative to those more commonly used, I can't remember the name of them now, but there's quite a well-known brand of drawers that a lot of Lego collectors and builders use, and these are just the cheapo version of that. But I find them quite useful. Some of them, as you may have seen, I have subdivided using these inserts here, which give me a lot of different options. Some of them I haven't, in which case I've actually stuck pieces together in a lot of instances. Some of them are loose, it just depends on how many different types of things I've got in each drawer. So things are separated in what to me at least is a logical manner. So the drawer that I opened at the top here, this has got lots of tiles in it, tiles and modified tiles. We've got grills and tiles with clips. One below it has got the continuation of the tiles as well as round ones. It's also got all sorts of bar pieces in different lengths. Below that, we've got even more things: brackets, flags, seats, steering wheels, sort of fences, and different types of things there. I showed you those ones have got plates in, so these bottom ones have all got plates in. Next to them, we've got smaller ones, which are subdivided a little bit differently. So we've got some of the smaller plates, getting larger and larger and larger, all the way up to the 6x2 plates, or 2x6s in that drawer there. Below them, cones, dishes, panels at the bottom. And then we've actually got round plates here, small ones, larger ones, modified plates now. These are the jumper plates. Whole variety of different ones with bars, ones with clips. I won't go through every single drawer because that would take absolutely ages. So there are the drawers here, and then there are more drawers under there on those shelves. We've got slopes on the left, then we've got modified bricks along with a couple of other random things, regular bricks, more regular bricks, and then actually we've got even more drawers hiding under there with wedges, wedge plates, windows, supports, containers, all sorts of other things, hinges and minifigure accessories and things. So things are separated out quite a lot. The major change that's happened is that I have gotten rid of the old IKEA Trofast storage, which is the sort of stepped drawers that I've had for quite a long time. I managed to sell those off and I've replaced them with more of these plastic ones here. So everything is nice and uniform. This is my Technic storage, which is slightly different. It's a tool and screw and washer storage unit, which I've repurposed for Technic. If you want a little bit more of a detailed look at that, then check out the previous version of this tour video. So yeah, that's how I store my pieces overall. There are a couple of extra things just down here. There's wheels at the back, some bigger parts like ship hulls and bigger base plates. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in terms of how I store my spare pieces. It would be great if I had fewer of them, and I try to use as many of them as possible in my builds before I actually need to go out and buy new pieces. But that's the state of things at the moment in terms of part storage. Right. Now it's time to take a look at the various displays that I've set up. We'll start with Hogwarts because this is the part that gets the most love and attention. So obviously you can see my entire display starting from the Great Hall on the left at the moment to the beginnings of the bell towers on the right. We've also got a few extra pieces such as parts of the Chamber of Secrets and the Basilisk itself. Don't ignore the Star Wars minifigures, they're not supposed to be there. So yeah, that's my Hogwarts, and the reason it's down at this end of the top shelf is that over here is where I'm planning on putting the other part of Hogwarts. So I've said it a couple of times before, I'm planning on having two major Hogwarts displays. There's this one, which is the big one, and then here I'm going to have the part of Hogwarts which would be behind the Grand Staircase Tower. So that is the courtyard behind, and then the clock tower courtyard, the covered bridge, and then coming down to Hagrid's hut and the Whomping Willow on the other side, which is why I've got them just here as placeholders at the moment. So that's why this space is nice and empty right now. My plan is going to be that I will have them displayed side by side, which isn't completely accurate, but if I was ever then able to take this to a convention or an exhibition or something like that, that I'd actually be able to combine the two in the way they're supposed to be and have one large display. But still a long way to go there, but I thought I might as well mark out the space while I've got it. The other two things that are up here are my Hedwig at that end, and then my forks down here. So, they may stay there, they may be moved to somewhere slightly different. Actually, while I'm thinking about this, I will just move Grawp down towards Hagrid's hut. I will be doing a very small section of Forbidden Forest, so that may be where he ends up over there. Right, moving down to the lower levels, I won't show you too much of this bit yet. That's my Black Seas Barracuda and my AT-80, which I've set up in a little display that I think I'm going to be calling the Battle of Scarafuda Bay. Can you guess what I've combined there? But I'll do a full video on that in the future once I've done a little bit more work on it. So moving down the shelves here, we've got some more Harry Potter. Obviously, that's not very Harry Potter-ish. That is also going to be part of the Scarafuda Bay display. But I'm thinking of going to hang it from fishing wire. So at the moment, it doesn't have anywhere to go. You can also see that I'm going through and changing it over to a Blue Squadron X-Wing. So that'll be something for the Scarafuda Bay project. But we've got more Harry Potter here. Obviously the burrow just there. I did have to take a single brick's height off the top of it to make it fit, and that was after moving the shelf down. Got the burrow, we've got the 4-privet drive, the night bus, a little bit of graveyard, basically miscellaneous Harry Potter stuff that didn't have anywhere else to go. If you ignore the X-Wing, you'll see underneath that there are some base plates. Got a 32 by 32 at the back, and then two 16 by 32s, or actually these are two 16 by 16s. But basically what they're for are to represent the space that Diagon Alley is going to take up. I've been saying for ages that I'm going to get it, and I promise I really am, hopefully this Christmas. And I'm going to display it in the kind of closed up formation with two buildings on either side. So it all faces in together and makes one complete alley. I think this is better because it wouldn't all fit on one shelf side to side, and I think this will be an overall better look. So that's the space it's going to take up, so I've marked it off. X-Wing is just sitting there till I can actually be bothered to hang it up. Okay, moving on, we're going to have even more Harry Potter Town here. Obviously, you can see I've got the Hogwarts Express, which was the first couple of videos I ever posted on this channel. Check them out if you haven't done. I'm still working on instructions for this. I have been for quite some time, and I'll keep you posted and let you know when those actually appear. I've themed this section here around Hogsmeade, so this one's a bit of a random collection of stuff that doesn't have anywhere else. This one is the Hogsmeade Shelf. I might swap these two shelves around at some point so Hogsmeade is nearer to Hogwarts. So obviously we've got the Hogsmeade Village Visit set over there with all the little bits that come attached. My Thestral carriage, which the instructions are available on Rebrickable. Hogwarts Express there, the Hogwarts gates behind, and then I've left space here for my Hogsmeade Station Moc, which I'm still in the process of designing. I don't know how soon I'll actually get round to making that, but I thought that was the most sensible place for it. Might switch a few things around here, but that's the basic design of how everything's going to go. And then coming down all the way to the bottom shelf, ignore some of the mess on the floor just here, some tidying up is going to be needed. got my Star Wars shelf. So over on the right, we have got my Imperial Light Cruiser with the modifications that I detailed in the review video of that. My Slave 1 there, my Emperor's Arrival diorama, Land Speeder, which I haven't done a review on, small speeder bike, a couple of TIE Fighters, 501st Battle Pack, which I finally got round to getting one of, and I will be doing a review on, and also something for a future video too are these little micro ships, which I won't show you in too much detail. There's also a shuttle at the back there, because I want to keep that as a bit of a surprise. One thing you may have seen on this shelf from earlier on in the video, this is another little bit of miscellaneous stuff. We've got my unopened sets at the back there, so we've got the Harry Potter Quidditch set, the original one, the Star Wars Vulture Droid, again, original one, and a small Racers set, and then we've also got the Tumbler, and a small diorama I made out of the Central Perk set, which I still have all the pieces for, but I've taken apart. So, that pretty much is my entire Lego room. There are just a couple of extra things that I didn't show you before. So we've obviously got my bonsai, which I've done a full review of, and the extra leaves for it, or I should say the extra frogs for it. Small collection of Star Wars minifigures there, which may be moved down to the Star Wars shelf. And then along the back of the workspace there, we see my Grogu pop vinyl, and then another small Star Wars ship, which I will go into more detail in a future video. Small collection of Lord of the Rings minifigures there, my minifigure stand, my logo made out of tiles there, and then the 4 covers of the Hogwarts Moment sets, which I have got some ideas about what I'm going to do, and again, that'll be a future video where I go into more detail. So, there we go, that really is all of my Lego collection currently, apart from one little thing, which is my Blacksmith's shop over there, so that just sits separately on its own little table. I have actually got rid of a couple of things since last time, so I no longer have my Unexpected Gathering. It's a really, really great set, I loved it, but it just didn't have a place in my collection anymore. I also sold my Millennium Falcon, which was, you know, heartbreaking to part with, but at the same time it took up a lot of space and I didn't get very much use out of it, so I had to let that one go. But it means I've been able to do a whole load of other stuff, so that's really, really good. Okay, so that concludes the tour video for November 2021. It was a little bit of a rambling mess, but hopefully you enjoyed taking a look around at everything I've got in my Lego room. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Subscribe to my channel for more videos in Harry Potter, Star Wars, and more. And until next time, have a good one. Bye.